Size Eyes on the Skies.
We have a few bits of rain coming through central Iowa. We'll check out what we'll get right after the break.
And Brandon Libby joins us with our Iowa weather. Stay tuned as Size Eyes on the Skies begins right now.
It's Wednesday night on ISU TV, broadcasting live from Ames, Iowa. This is Size Eyes on the Skies. ISU TV's longest-running television program brings you the weather from around the country to the heart of Iowa. The ISU Meteorology Department team of forecasters keep you ahead of the storm. From Iowa's most trusted weather team, this is Size Eyes on the Skies.
That sounds great. I guess right now we'll go ahead and toss it over to Brandon Libby right now with the tease of our national weather.
Coming up, we'll show you. Well, actually, here's a day planner for tomorrow for here in Ames. 8 a.m. we'll have 48 degrees with clouds rolling in. Around your lunchtime hour, we'll have 57 degrees with partly cloudy sky. And at 3 p.m., we'll also see partly cloudy skies at a temperature of 60 degrees. And coming up later in the show for a national, we'll show you how hot it got and where you can expect some rain coming up right after the break. And welcome back to Size Eyes on the Skies. I'm meteorologist Brandon Libby. We had unseasonably hot temperatures for some parts of the country, especially out west and down to the south here in Dallas, where we saw 91 degrees. Right now, still pretty warm for these parts, 84 in Dallas and 73 in San Francisco, but if you look up to the north, you'll see 50 in Minneapolis, and those more fall-like conditions for our northern part of the country. Here over in the northeast, we're seeing some clouds roll in. Over here in Pittsburgh, clear skies at 57 degrees, Cincinnati at 55 degrees. So again, those nice fall-like temperatures. Way to go, Zach, thank you. Down to the south, here in New Orleans, we're seeing 80 degrees, 76 in Little Rock, and 80 in Atlanta. And so again, some hot 80s down here in Florida. As we swing out to the west, we're still seeing those hot temperatures with 73 in Santa Monica, but sunny skies, as well as 73 in San Francisco, with 86 in Las Vegas, partly cloudy skies. And up to the northeast, where we see 65 in Seattle, 78 in Salem, Oregon, with sunny skies, and Boise, Idaho at 78 degrees and sunny skies. And back to our part of the country where we see 64, and I'm not going to try that way, 64 in North Platte, 66 in Hayes, and 56 in Pierre. Some more clouds down in the Kansas region. Clouds and radar, we said we could get some rain for this part. This is the remnants of Tropical Storm Simon, and Simon says that this area is going to get torrential downpours, and that's prompted some flood watches for parts of Missouri here, and we're going to zoom in. You can see that tropical storm moving off to the northeast, dropping some potentially heavy rainfall for those areas. And the estimated rainfall will show what I was talking about here in down for parts of Missouri was over an inch of rain. We could potentially see an inch to 3 inches of rain for parts here, and that's prompted that flood watch, which I would expect to turn into a flood warning as time goes on. So as that system moves through, we can see some very heavy rainfalls for parts of that area. And again, there's that flood watch in effect for those localized counties here in Missouri, and really quiet for the rest of the country in terms of watches and warnings. Now, FUTURECAST is going to show this system move through, and we have it over here with that heavy rainfall. We could see some thunderstorms with that activity as well. And as time goes through Thursday into Friday morning, some more rain is going to plow on through, and that's going to potentially cause some problems for that area with flooding and street flooding, so keep an eye out for that. Highs tomorrow, we're expecting it to stay warm in the south with 88 in Dallas, 83 in Atlanta, 61 in St. Louis, and a nice 67 in Seattle. And our pick city for tonight is Winona, Minnesota. My good buddy has his birthday on Sunday, so happy birthday, Austin. And this town is just beautiful, and they're going to have beautiful weather as well for going into the weekend at least. High of 58 for tomorrow. Sunny skies through Friday and Saturday with highs increasing into the lower 60s. However, for Sunday, those storms might come through. We might see some rain, 30% chance, and that's going to be Sunday night. And as you'll see, this warm up with 66 degrees and 65 as the week goes on. So beautiful conditions for the rest of the week into the weekend, and we can see some storms rolling in later on late in the weekend. Brandon, that's all I have. Back to you.
Thank you, Brandon. Now we'll go ahead and look at tonight's trivia question. What is the lowest temperature recorded in Iowa so early in the season since October 6th, 1935? Is it A, 14 degrees, B, 21 degrees, C, 32 degrees, or D, 38 degrees? We'll have that answer for you coming up. However, for right now, we'll go ahead and toss it over to John Brammeier with Iowa.
What is going on? Good evening, guys. Welcome to Size Eyes again. We'll check out a few current conditions here in Ames. We got 61 and northwest wind at 7 miles per hour. Humidity pretty dry at 38%, and of course that dew point's showing just the same at 35 degrees. Current conditions right now, 57 in Mason City, 62 up in Sioux City. A little bit warmer, 61 here in Ames, as I said earlier. Welcome back, guys. Sorry about that confusion before. We forgot to get that commercial break in. So we'll be right back here with current conditions across Iowa. As I said before, pretty cool, upper 50s, low 60s across the state of Iowa. Close to home, 61 in Ames, 59 in Fort Dodge, 67 down in Des Moines. And as we check out those current winds, they're pretty light, generally out of the north, 7 miles per hour in Mason City, 3 miles an hour in Des Moines, and 8 miles an hour in Sioux City. As we check out our clouds and radar for the day, it's throwing down a little bit of rain in north central Iowa. We'll see later in the FUTURECAST, later in the program, if any of that rain is going to end up hitting Ames right here at Iowa State University. As we move on to the clouds and radar, we take a big look at the national picture here. We see down in the Four Corners states down there, that's the remnants of Hurricane Simon, and right up here in North Dakota, or South Dakota actually, stretching down into Iowa, we have a small upper level disturbance that should bring a little bit of rain to central Iowa, only about a 50% chance for tomorrow though. So we'll keep an eye on that. We'll see what FUTURECAST has to say as we move ahead into FUTURECAST. Tonight, Wednesday, right now, it's throwing down traces of rain, but who knows if that's actually hitting the ground right now. As we move ahead though, FUTURECAST is really showing a little bit of rain moving in north central Iowa up here around the Story City, Webster City area. And down in Kansas City, where we've seen from Brandon's forecast, they're going to get quite a bit of rain. FUTURECAST seems to agree with that right now. And as we move ahead, FUTURECAST into Thursday night and on into Friday morning, that rain moves out of the area and to the south, continuing to drop even more over Missouri. But right here in Iowa, we should be relatively dry, especially for Iowa State versus Toledo. We'll talk about that later in the show as well. Estimated rainfall across Iowa, it's really not saying that much. We could get a few trace amounts, but actually, yeah, not even a quarter of an inch so far. But tonight, we're looking at low temperature of 48 degrees, scattered showers late tonight, and pretty light and variable winds. They're going to be changing direction, but be going pretty slowly as the night goes on. Tomorrow, we're looking at a high of 60 degrees, partly cloudy, winds out of the northeast at 8 to 12. Partly cloudy, there's going to be plenty of sunshine for walking around on campus. Might be a little chilly, though, and those winds could be a little brisk, exceeding 10 miles an hour. Checking out our game day forecast, it'll be Iowa State versus Toledo right here at Jack Trice Stadium. Kickoff will be at 2:30 and it should be nice and sunny. The rain should definitely hold off until the night and the game conditions should be relatively dry. As we move ahead into our 7-day, we look at a 20% chance of rain on Thursday with a high of 60. Those highs do drop down in the upper 50s though, but they come back. We got a couple chances of rain coming into the picture late Saturday and Sunday for the entire day. Monday too, we have 40% chance, but those high temperatures will return to the 60s.
Thank you very much, John. We'll now head back to our answer to our trivia question that we shown you guys earlier. In case you don't remember it though, what is the lowest temperature recorded in Iowa so early in the season since October 6th, 1935? A, 14 degrees, B, 21 degrees, C, 32 degrees, or D, 38 degrees? And the answer is?
See, I think the answer is going to be B, 21 degrees, and it is,
It's
A,
14 degrees.
And so that weather for the game, I'm excited. We're going to have nice weather, and I think it's going to play into the hands of Iowa State. Hopefully we can come out with a win for that game.
Yeah, you know what? We'd had some pretty tough opponents the last stretch going through with Baylor and those other teams, but especially Oklahoma State. And we should have decent outing against Toledo, I think, and decent weather too.
I love that we're not terribly cold for this time of year. I love that fall weather when the leaves are changing colors and.
It's actually kind of interesting that for once we're actually getting a fall.
Exactly.
Usually it jumps straight from summer to winter, and it's actually nice that we're actually getting to enjoy a fall.
It's definitely nice to have that change of seasons. I know when I lived out in California, we didn't get that. It was either summer, well, I guess I could say it was cold, but it was really in the 50s and 60s, but that was cold for us. But basically it was summer all year round, and I miss that change of seasons with the change of the leaf colors and, you know, all that fun stuff. So.
Definitely. Well, thanks for tuning in to Size Eyes tonight. We've enjoyed your company. Hope you've enjoyed ours.
Make sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
We'll see you next time.